You feel it? St. Paul over everything. You figure them. Make sure everything is good. The shirt's right. You feel me? Get ready. Get myself in order. Okay. Screen in the back. We're all in attack. Hey yo! This is Marv Talk, episode 3. I'm your host, the one and only, the marvelous one from the LOFM podcast. This is the episode 3. We're going to get straight into this week's episode. Like I always started off when I do the Marv Talks, the last couple of ones was a sad one because of the passing of Nipsey Hussle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down my podcast, and then the link is in the description below. Where, excuse me, my bad, y'all. I got to drink too much water, get the little burps. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, if you could do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, so whenever I put out a new episode, which is weekly of the Marv's Talk, you can be the first to get in line. And with other future videos I do, you can always be the first one to get it. Make sure you always put all, and you get every time I go live. This episode is I'm breaking down the episodes that I did this week. I did 3. I did R.I P to Nipsey Hussle the Great. That was episode 63. I did 64 was the marathon, which I did. 65 was episode story time, where it's one of my funniest podcasts that I've done in a while, where I told stories from my family from over the summer growing up, stories of me being in Vegas, or just funny stories. I wanted to switch it up because I wanted to change the direction of, it was sad because what happened to Nipsey Hussle, we all grieving. If you're part of the marathon, if you know anything about his music, you are devastated by what happened to him. So I figured like I need to switch it up on the last episode, the last podcast, just to give my listeners and the people that support me us something to laugh and give us something to just be smiling about to see, get a funnier side of me instead of me being sad and me being, depressed about what happened with Nipsey. So I figured like I wanted to do that, and so I talked about what happened in the shooting. I talked about I just touched on a whole bunch of things, and I just wanted to make sure that I showed my appreciation to Nipsey Hussle and stuff like that, and I felt like it was good what I did, and I'm glad that I did the first 2 episodes to show my appreciation of the things he did and the music he did. And by me going completely different and doing a funny podcast, it's nothing to do with mental health, it's nothing to do with my depression, nothing to do with relationship. It was just me just telling funny stories and about my grandma, about my family, just to shed light and make people and brighten up people's days to start off their weekend. So that's what I did with that one. News talk, we're going to talk about, like I said, the death of Nipsey Hussle. And I got my little trusty Marv Talks cards. I do it like a real show where I have stuff, and so if I look down, don't be like, why you looking down? You should be looking at the camera. Man, save all that noise, man. Ain't nobody perfect. So like I said, this week has been a hard one for the Nipsey Hussle fans, and me being one of myself. It's kind of hard to do it. Like I was watching the Joe Budden's podcast. Shout out to Joe Budden, the podcast, and I could just see the hurt in their faces. Like these are grown men just like me who are literally hurt, and it's just the way how this week started. He passed away on Sunday. R.I.P. to him. He passed away, and I gotta get down and pick up my cards and drop my cards being too fast and with it, you feel me? But I'm back, Marv got it back in order. I might edit that out, but you never know with me. I might keep it in because I like that. So let me see where it's at. Oh, got it back. Okay, there we go. Okay, we good, we got it. Marv got it, you feel me? Make mistakes. So the death is just affected so many people in so many ways. I can only imagine what Lauren London's going through, what his brother's going through, what his bodyguard, what his boys, the people that know him personally, what they're going through. But I feel for them, because when you lose someone that you love very much, like when I lost my aunt, I lost my uncles, and I lost them all in this month of April last year and 3 years ago. So it's one of the things where it becomes where it's, all this stuff happened and kind of open up new wounds and makes me a little bit sad and stuff like that. But I have to realize that I'm not gonna get far if I dwell on it. I just need to honor him, and I need to just make sure that I get the news. I will never talk about this shooter, the alleged shooter. I'm sorry. Let me make that clear. The alleged shooter, his name will never get talked about. Now they lowered his bail to $5 million, whatever the case may be. And then a guy who try to prosecute OJ is representing him. It's like, if that ain't what Charlamagne the God says, the donkey of the day, that's a donkey of the year. Like, how dare you take that case? I understand you want the money, but I'm not gonna take that case, because if you watch the video, once I watched the video maybe twice, it's too disturbing for me to watch, because I don't like to see Nipsey go through that. But you're gonna defend him? Like, no money in the world and impossible in the world can get me to do that. Like, that's like the devil's advocate. Like, I'm never gonna support somebody that I know is guilty. Like, it's just not gonna happen. So me seeing that rubbed me the wrong way. Where I'm at. Okay, sports talk. You know, I love to talk about my sports talk. Sad day, Jordan me in my face. My Tar Heels did not make it to Minneapolis, so they're not in the Final Four. The Final Four is in my hometown, Minneapolis, Minnesota. I'm from St. Paul, if you can read the hat, but anywhere in Minnesota is my home, and that's just the bottom line. You feel me? So y'all see the hat right there? Yeah, bam. Get familiar with it. Final Four. I got Texas Tech versus Michigan State. I got Texas Tech beating Michigan State. Texas Tech is just rowdy. They play that great defense. They get you out of your game, and plus they beat all the great teams. They beat some great teams. Then I got, in the second game, I got Virginia versus Auburn. I got Auburn winning. And the reason why I'm picking Auburn is because the boys can shoot it, they're scrappy, and they beat North Carolina, and they beat Kentucky. So I feel like that's going to be Texas Tech and I think it's going to be Texas Tech and Auburn, an Under Armour championship. And I got Auburn winning because Auburn's going to shoot threes if Texas Tech play that zone. Baseball, my Twins and my Mariners are both kicking butt, winning games. It's still early, but like I said in video 1, the Twins and the Mariners are my team, and they're doing good. I see the Yankees struggling. I see the Cubs struggling. I see a lot of these teams struggling, but it's still early because it just started. So holler at me in a couple of months, and then I can tell you how I'm feeling about my Twins and my Mariners in the season. But the NBA news, we all know LeBron James and his team won't be making the playoffs, and neither will my Timberwolves. They'll be sitting at home watching. I think I changed my pick. At first I said Milwaukee and Golden State, or I think I said Golden State and Raptors. I say that it's going to be Golden State and Toronto, and I think Golden State is going to beat Toronto in 7 because I feel like Toronto has enough talent to match up with them, but they don't have Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, DeMarcus Cousins, Draymond Green. They don't have that starting 5 all-star team to win. I'm excited for the NFL season, the Final Four. I got the Final Four for the women's. Shout out to the women's. I got Oregon and UConn playing for the championship, and I got UConn beating Oregon by 10 points. And that's my pick on that. I could be wrong. Last time I gave my little predictions, I was wrong, you know. But hey, that's what I predict and what I say. Done with sports talk, and end it off with social media talk. Social media, since the passing of Nipsey Hussle, R.I P to Nipsey Hussle, the great, has been rubbing me wrong. And you know, you guys know, if you listen to the Marv Talks show, I talk about what I see on social media. And what I see on social media is that people are getting mad at people for grieving over losing Nipsey Hussle. Like, you didn't know him. How can you grieve over somebody? Hold on, wait a minute, time out. If you've been rocking with this man for the last 15 years, or he been putting out music, he becomes family to you. Even if you're a new fan, if you watch the interview, like I've said in many videos, you watch the interview, if you watch how this man operated and the way he wanted to see everybody win in this thing we call life, it affects you if you have a heart. The things he did for his community, the things he gave homeless people, he gave people jobs, that's enough to make people feel bad. A lot of people just clout chasing, trying to say R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle for likes and all this and that. Okay, I get all that. But to try to be a negative person and try to debate with somebody for someone gonna miss someone or someone grieving. It's kind of evil and kind of like heartless to me. Like, let these people grieve. Then nobody say no when we get MLK Day, when we get President's Day, and we get all these days off, and we don't know none of these people that we're getting days off, when we take off work for them and we love them and we be rejoicing. Oh, we get President's Days off. Oh, we get Martin Luther King Day off. But if it's Nipsey Hussle, everybody and their mama want to act like they're fans and all that. Yeah, maybe some people are just not fans, but it don't mean you have to be negative on social media attacking those who are saying R.I.P. Whoever want to say R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle, I don't care if you never listen to his music, but if you listen to one song, I guarantee you it'll suck you in and you'll be like, oh, hey, maybe I should listen to this guy because he's speaking that real talk. And that's the thing that people gotta understand. You don't have to grow up listening to somebody's music to feel that way. It's like I said, it's people on social media. I wrote it down. People on social media are looking for negatives in everything. Everybody want to debate. Everybody want to be a troll. Everybody want to be that. Man, that's whack. That's not even a way to live. Like, those type of people, I stay away from. When I see people on any social media and they always try to give their opinion and it's completely negative, if somebody I'm following, or if I know them, I unfollow them. Dog, that negative energy is not the energy that I need in my life. That's not the negative energy I ever want to be around. So when I see people doing that, making fun of people, oh, y'all don't even know him, how y'all grieving, man, shut the F up. Shut the F up. Like, don't nobody say nothing. It's like, now what if somebody in your family passed away and they passed away, but you want everybody in the world to help you mourn? We be like, we don't know your grandma, we don't know your grandpa. What we sad about that for? You gotta look. People gotta understand. You gotta look at things how you treat people on social media, because karma comes back. That's why I'm super chill. And even if I see something on social media I don't like, I don't say nothing to that person, because that's their page. I don't want their page. I ain't their daddy. I ain't their mama. I don't tell these people what to do. You feel me? And last but not least, if you're new to the channel, if you can hit that bell button, hit the subscribe button. I'm sorry, I always mess up when I say that. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button, so whenever I put out episodes of Marv Talks, you could be the first to get it. Whenever I put out any shows, you can get it. And like I said, for my returning people, I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for subscribing and rock with me. Now do me a favor, like, share, tell your friends, tell your family to come subscribe and come be part of the Marv Squad. And I'm out.